I am the handmaid of the Lord, let what you have said be done to me. These are the words of Mary at the Annunciation. Welcome to Mission Alive. This is Roger from the Mission Office. I started on this theme yesterday with that reading, that what is it that God wants of us? If we say yes to God, where will God take us? Because as I said, the priest who gave us a sermon there once when we were students said, God might take you seriously. Now, if I come up to God and say, God, I'll do whatever you want, God will take me at my word. And in that, I suppose in my early days, it was a combination of what I wanted and what God wanted. And fortunately for most of my life, that has coincided. I wanted to go to the missions, and I think God wanted me in the missions, and I went there. And I wanted to be out in the bush where the people were in the villages, and I got assigned to Borragina. I wasn't asking for that. I thought I would go somewhere else into one of the parishes in town, and then I was asked if I would go out there, and I said, of course I will. Of course I will. So I went. And of course, many new experiences. Really out in the culture with the people. Totally different culture, different customs, different way of living. Out in the villages, living off their gardens, hunting, fishing. All of these things were new experiences and mostly very good experiences. Introduced to different food, most of which I was able to enjoy. And so life went on, pursuing what it was that God wanted and working with the people. And then with them, thinking through things, praying through things, discussing things together, and coming up with some new initiatives. I trained prayer leaders so that we could have prayer on a regular basis out in the villages on Sundays, morning, evening. And we trained these prayer leaders, and they were very faithful. And it changed the feel of the villages, changed the life of the people. And that was very gratifying. And we trained catechists. And that was an important part of the catechists, had to know more. They had to have enough knowledge to catechize, to teach people the faith. And that is the role of the catechist, the teacher of the faith. And these things made a difference to it. In getting out to the people, there was always the difficulty of walking many hours over the hills, in the heat, in the rain, thirsty, sometimes getting malaria. All these things were part of the hard work of doing that. And driving the truck on terrible roads, getting bogged, sometimes having to just leave the truck and walk home for miles and miles and miles and go back with a tractor or something and try and pull it out. So many different stories like that. But in all of that, the people were very, very grateful. The people did all they could to help me. In one village where I walked for hours to get right up on top of the hill to where the village was, one man from there, he knew that I liked my coffee, and he wanted to make sure I had coffee. So he walked at least 2 hours to a village to buy some coffee for me. It's just the ordinary powder coffee, which I call dust coffee because it tastes like dust. But I always made sure I took coffee with me, and I took extra so as I could share it with people. These were all part of where God led me when I said yes. Let what you have asked be done to me. And for all the difficulties of a lot of that work, there was always many better sides to it, mainly with the people, and the way they helped me and treated me and were concerned about me. Particularly in the earlier days there, I was concerned there's this young Australian guy, this young white fella in this, our culture, how is he going to cope, how can we help him live? And this was the mission. This is Mission Alive. More stories to come. Thank you.